Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back in the car and heading back up to Wiltshire because yes, I'm going on another soil searchers dig and they're on yet another brand new permission, 100 acres of pasture, freshly cut, and it's going to be amazing. I've been looking on side-by-side maps in the car and I've found there's an old vicarage nearby, lots of footpaths, there's an old a pond near us, lots of woods, there's quite a few scheduled monuments near us as well, so it's going to be a very good day. It's rained quite a lot through the night, so hopefully the ground's going to be nice and soft, and you can tell car is very bumpy. We're in the middle of nowhere in the country roads. We're about 1 minute away from the fields. I'm very, very excited. I think we're going to start on the fields furthest away from the parking one. There's no footpaths going through those fields, but they're near a couple really old farms and also a vicarage and a little village as well. So I'm very, very excited. You can see behind me the beautiful views. I think these are the fields now, yeah. Right, I think we're literally pulling in right now. Okay, I can see the people out in the fields. They're already detecting because we're a little bit late. Oh my days, this looks awesome. Right, enough talking. I'll see you all out in the fields. So everybody, we're taking a bit of a calculated gamble. We walked in the parking field straight away. The other people had only been detected for like 15 minutes and we saw one of our mates and he already had a Charles I shilling hammered coin. I'll put an example of one if you don't know what one of those is. That is an amazing coin already. So we took it over with a risk. We thought we won't stay in there because there's lots of people in there and there's not 100 people, there's only 40 people today. So we decided to come into this next field. But there is so many cows. I think there's about 70 cows. You can see them all the way over there, charging. Not charging, but you know what I mean. And there's loads more just everywhere. So we're gonna leave this field because they're kind of harassing us, if you like. And we're gonna move into the next field, have a quick detect in there. If we're not feeling it, then we'll walk all the way to the other side, near where the vicarage is, where there was an old well, and then more footpaths. But I've got a good feeling about today. And as I said, it is a gamble because we could walk all the way over there and then they'll start finding loads of hammers in the parking field, but we're gonna do it anyway. Right, let's get to it. Just walked in this field and straight away, I really like the look of it. There's a big slope here and across this really old road, there's an old farm. So when I looked on the maps, it was dating back to the kind of 1830s, which isn't super old, but it's age, you know? And I can definitely see there being hammered coins from here and even gold half sovereigns, 100%. But I've got a good signal there. It's an 80 in the clod and hopefully it's going to be something nice. Haven't had anything yet, but still we've been detecting literally 20 minutes, so I don't mind. Right, it's just in here. Right there. Oh, it's fallen. It's down here somewhere. That's it there. Ah, just a bit of lead. But even though it's a bit of lead, it's old though, which is good. Our calculated gamble hasn't really worked out. We've come to the furthest field, and I'll be honest, it is quite quiet. I'm sat here enjoying what's left of my cookie, and we phoned our mate Paul, who's in the car park field, and there's been 4 hammers up. So we're gonna head back there now. I looked on Facebook, there was the Charles that Justin had. There was also a King John, apparently a few more Charles I. So it's definitely happening over there. So I think we're going to turn off and walk back. It will take us a while, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. But I mean, you've got to take the risk because you never know. There could have been loads of hammers in this field. I'm sure there's a couple, but it is very, very quiet. And because we've only got one day, we're going to head back now to the car park field and see what people have had and also try and get some for ourselves. Take a look at that. Steve has just come over and said he found that 30 yards from our car in the car park field. But look at that, lovely Charles I half groat. You see you've got a lovely portrait there. Stunning. That's definitely where we're heading now. Take a look at all those. Ian has done very well on the first field where we are now. Take a look, I love that. That's a George IV. Lovely silver. We don't see George IV very often. Nice little William III shilling. and then a little cut half. I think it's going to be a Henry III. You can just see the bottom of his chin there.
Yeah,
and Henry III reigned 1216 to 1272. That is amazing. Where there's stuff like that, there's definitely a lot more, hopefully for us.
And I just followed it.
And as I was talking to Ian, Rob has turned up with these beautiful finds. Starting off there's a lovely little spectacle buckle, but it's almost got this little strap-endy bit on, which I've definitely had one of those before, but very old, I'd say 1300s. And then look at that. A beautiful medieval seal matrix. Side of the top's just snapped off. But there's some beautiful pattern on there. Almost looks like a ship on there from a gold hammered coin. I think it's an angel. I'll put a photo up now of what I mean, but that is amazing. I'd say definitely 1300s, and that will clean up beautifully. And that was on the field next to this one, so I think we're going to stay on the parking field and then the one next to it as well, where all the cows are. That is amazing. 100%. Wow. So on the parking field, and as you saw there, some amazing finds have been up already. Gary, the organiser, dig's just over there, so where he is, you know, it's a good field. And I had a really dodgy signal, but it was a 92, quite high pitched but scratchy. And in the bottom of the hole, I've got a little coin, but it was right on its side. I think that's why it gave such a dodgy signal. You can see I moved it a little bit, but it was proper on its side. But I'll get it on the closest camera and clean it up for you all. Hopefully there's a bit of detail on there. There we are, just down there. Definitely an old coin. Oh, I won't clean it up now, it's very crusty. But probably George's second halfpenny, so 1727 to 1760. But that just shows you should dig the scratchy signals, because that was literally perfectly on its side. But that is a good little find. Next little find here, a lovely medieval lead standing weight. That's what this exact weight's called, because it's quite long, thin, standing if you like. We're in the field where Rob had his lovely little seal matrix and also buckle. Gary's in here as well, so hopefully there's going to be some more stuff out of here. I'm sure there will be, and if it quietens down, then we'll go back in the parking field where we know there's lots of stuff. That's a good find. Where there's stuff like that, there's 100% hammered coins. I'd say probably 1400s. Lovely. And we have changed field again. We are back in the parking field, because we were in the field where the seal matrix was for about an hour. I had that little lead weight, but I mean, it was quite quiet. There wasn't many signals, even though there's definitely lots of stuff in there. There's more signals in here, and I'd be rather digging lots of signals, because I also know there's lots of silver coin, milled silver coins in here, which I'd be more than happy of finding. And I think I could have one here. It's a great signal, nice and quiet, but really clean. 86. Even if it isn't a silver coin or a little hammered, it should be a coin or something round. I will be quite upset if it isn't, because there's quite a bit of foil in these fields, but I mean, it's too quiet to be a bit of foil, I think. It's too clean. Still in the hole, nice bit of depth, always a good sign. Let's have a look. Ooh. Or it might be a little bit deeper. Right, oh, no. It's a little bit deeper, so I'm going to dig it out and then come back to you all. Right there. It doesn't sound too loud on my pinpointer, so I don't think it's going to be a big bit of rubbish. Hopefully, I'm just going to flick out a nice coin. Hopefully a silver one. The ground is really clay, so it all sticks together in like clumps. Is it in there? No. Still in here. Oh, there we go. Boom. It's a coin. Sadly, not silver, but man, I'd be happy digging up old copper coins any day. Nice. Probably going to be a Queen Victoria. Maybe a later one, but I'd say kind of mid-1900s to mid-1800s. Beautiful. Happy with that. Next little find here, I think it's going to be part of a medieval book clasp, which is lovely. You can see the hinge there, it's broken off there, but it would have been used to hold a book together, which is lovely. Oh, let's pan over to the cows. They're trying to eat my dad's machine. Okay, ignore them. Back to the book clasp. I would say maybe 1500s, something like that. But it's a nice little find. Shows there's lots of age here. Just had a bit of lunch and we come back out on the parking field. I'm close to where I had my old little Crusty coin earlier, and I've got the best signal I've had all day. It's a beautiful 95, 94, perfect signal. Honestly, it's amazing. And the fact there's been lots of milled silver out of here, this could easily be a big hammered or just a little milled silver coin. Honestly, it's a perfect signal. I'm going to dig it out now and come back to you. I got very high hopes for this. Honestly, why do I ever get high hopes for the good signals? They always turn out to be rubbish. It's always the little ones that turn out to be something good. Because look, what is that? You never know, it might actually turn out to be something, but I need my knife. It's really stuck. But what even is that? It's a big, I can't even get it out. It's a big bit of junk, I think. Watch, it will turn into a lovely little brooch, but oh, you're joking. It's a bit of alloy. Honestly, that signal was amazing. That is very upsetting. Take a look at that, everyone. Justin has had a beautiful part of a SAXON brooch. I think they're called cruciform brooches, but I'll put a picture of a non-dug example there of what it would have looked like. But look at that detail there. Almost looks like there might have been a snake's head there or something. You got all that lovely detail. That is amazing. And that's from the field, the sandy field that we went to in the start. Went right through. Just shows you just got to walk over it. That is an amazing find. Where there's finds like that, there'll definitely be SAXON pennies. So that's what I want now. I was just telling my dad the ground is really soft over here, so do a little live dig, but I don't know if there's a big stone or something, but oh, I think there's a massive stone right where I'm digging. Oh, goodness. But I've got a great signal here, nice clean 80, but it might take me a while to dig out. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, there's an absolutely huge stone down the bottom there, but it is a bit shallow. So I'm not expecting much, I'll be honest. It's right here. And it's a big bit of foil. Wow, take a look at those. From a different field this time, not my finds of course, but a stunning James I shilling. Look, beautiful detail. It's an amazing coin. Look at that. And then a little Charles I penny. Tiny little one. But that one is a beast. That is amazing. Probably got an hour and a half left. But enough time for me to get one. Let's keep going. Next signal there. Very close. It's a great one. It's a really small one, 88, nice high pitch. We are currently in the sandy field where Jason had his, sorry, not Jason, Justin. Oh, I can see it. I think it's a coin. Where Justin had his SAXON brooch, and that lovely James was. There we go. We got a coin. Very battered as most of them are, but it's probably gonna be a Georgia second half penny. I don't have too long left of the day, probably an hour. I'll clean it up at home. So make sure to stay to the end to see all the coins that we've had today fully cleaned up. Another great signal here, right there. This one again should be a coin. Super high pitch. Oh, look at that. Another coin. Must have found a little hot spot here. Again, I'm not going to clean it up now. I'll clean it up at home, but ooh, I think there might be some detail on there. But one to save for the end. Slowly walking back now, we're detecting now through the field where the seal matrix was found, then the parking field is the next one. But I've got a nice little signal here, and I just want to say thank you to the soil searchers team. It's been an amazing day, and it's always good to get on a new farm on even only a few fields out of loads more that they've got, and actually find some very good stuff. Loads of hammers are up. There was loads more that I didn't show you guys. Beautiful SAXON brooch, the seal matrix, loads of interesting buckles and other bits that I haven't shown you guys. There was so much. But I've got a nice signal here. It's a 91. It started off only as a 75 and it's improved a lot, which is good. But I'm going to get it on the closer camera because I know where it is. It's right in the bottom of the hole, and hopefully I'm going to flick out a lovely hammered. Just there. I'm really hoping this one is going to be a hammered. It could be. It started off quite small and now it's improved, which is the perfect signal to show, you know, a little silver coin. Honestly, I would be so... oh my days. Goodness me. Look at that. Mark totally hasn't been moaning all day. And right at the end, he's pulled out a little hammy. You can see, I think it's a rose in the middle, so York mint. Head side's quite bad, but I'd say an Edward the Third, might be a little bit later, but probably 1400s. Probably half an hour or so left, maybe a bit longer. Time for me to get one now, because I haven't been doing too well, but where there's coins like that, there's definitely going to be more. And we're going to call it there for the day. Oh my goodness, I've done a lot of walking, and the ground is very hard and my shovel's very blunt, so it does hurt my feet, but it was a very good day. I mean, myself and my dad, we didn't do too well, being brutally honest, but it's just amazing to see all the other finds. I mean, you guys saw the best of the best, all the lovely hammers, that James shilling, the SAXON brooch, the seal matrix, and loads of other stuff. It's just amazing, and it's great to come out with other people, because my dad and I have been going on our own permissions recently for the last few months really, and it's always good to get out with other people, you know, check in, see how everyone's doing. We always hear stories of people that have found amazing stuff. It's just a great atmosphere. But we're going to head home now. I'll clean up everything. I say everything, I haven't got much to clean up, but the few old crusty coins, I cleaned a couple up in the phone. There's some nice detail on them, so I'll get all the rest of them cleaned up, and I'll see you all at home. And welcome to the Roundup, everybody. That turned out to be a very, very good day. As you can probably see from our little Roundup, my dad and myself, we didn't have the best of days. However, going on group digs like that, I think the best part is seeing what everyone else has found. If you're very lucky, you know, you'll get something amazing for yourself. But I mean, let's just talk about that SAXON brooch. Oh my goodness, I always see those cruciform brooches in my, you know, artifacts books, always dreaming of finding one. And just to see one is amazing. And you saw the photo of it cleaned up. You can see the photo of it cleaned up just there. Sadly, I didn't get to see it fully cleaned up. It was all covered in mud like you guys saw. But honestly, that is amazing. It looks like there's loads of different snake heads on it and stuff like that. But I just want to mention that, and very well done to Justin who had that, because that is honestly a find of a lifetime. But enough waffling, I'm going to get on to our finds, even though, you know, there wasn't as much as everyone else had. Starting off over here, I think we didn't show you guys this. My dad had a little bag seal. There we go. It almost looks like there's a some sort of crosshatch pattern on there. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it's nice, cool little thing. And then we had a variety of old copper coins there. You can kind of make out Britannia on that one. However, that side is very destroyed. So I'd say George II. Mid-1700s, however, very destroyed. That's another George II, so mid-1700s, and that's a George III. You can kind of make out this little head there, some writing. So that'd be dated 1806 or 1807. And then two little Queen Victorias. My dad had this nice penny right at the end of the day. That's going to be early 1800s. I think it's 1865, something like that. And then a nice little halfpenny. That was one of the coins that I found that was completely covered in mud, but it's cleaned up quite nice, actually. It is very crumbly, though, that you can see. It's all crumbling away, but it's not bad condition. 1862, nice early one. And then ending it off with my dad's little clasp. It actually didn't turn out to be a book clasp. I did think this at the time. I wasn't 100% sure. that it was a book clasp because it's quite small. And Gary, so to Gary near the end, and he said it's going to be a little shoe clasp, which is still really cool find. I would say probably 1600s, maybe 1500s, something like that. Which is brilliant. I mean, as I said, we didn't have the best of days, but just seeing all the hammered coins, and again, especially that SAXON brooch, was amazing. And you can probably hear I'm in very high hopes because I've literally just finished watching the England game, and we beat Switzerland on penalties, which is honestly amazing. And we're through to the semi. So very excited about that. And also, I'm very excited because tomorrow, my dad and I are going out to one of our own permissions again. However, on a field that we have never done. On this permission, we've had loads of hammers, Roman, a couple of little SAXON bits. We've had loads. So I'm very excited. A brand new field to go at in a very good area. But for now, I'll see you all on the next.